up, though? We got some division talk today, ladies and gentlemen. NFC North, what my Lions gonna do? And also the NFC East. You know the defending champions are there. Everybody's gonna have that heat on them. What they gonna do? We'll talk about that and more on the Wait a Minute show. Let's go!
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you see it. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your man, Jelani J.V. Bodie, host of this thing called The Wait a Minute Show, back in the building once again. And I'm a little cheerful. And the reason I'll tell you why I'm a little cheerful here in just a moment. But welcome to the show. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to get into the Joe Flacco news. We're going to get into this, finish up the division talk. We actually got one more division that we'll be talking about next week, but NFC North and NFC East is what we're going to be talking about today. But before we do that, I got my man Mo in the building. What is going on, sir?
What up, JB? I like that jersey, man.
Hey, you know what? I appreciate that, man. I haven't been buying jerseys. I quit that a long time ago because, guys just move around and all that stuff. But my team is always going to be my team. So I said, you know what? Instead of buying somebody else's jersey, let me get a team jersey and get my own stuff on it. So I got my name, my number, that I want it to be and all that stuff. So that way.
Put your name on it?
Yeah, it's on the back. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. You're going to hate it when it's time to burn it.
I'll never get traded. So
great point.
I ain't worried, but we will not be burning this jersey at all. So don't worry about that. But I said I was cheerful because I was a little bit under the weather this past weekend. So did not feel good, but I am feeling a lot better today. So I'm happy for that because I didn't want to come in here and say, that wouldn't have been good for the podcast. Nah, that wouldn't have been good at all. So,
no.
How you been though, bro?
I've been good, man. A lot of running around over the weekend, but I'm good. Hey. Settled in, trying to get my bearings, get some rest tonight, do it again tomorrow.
There you go. That's it. Always got to do it again. And it's funny you say do it again because I'm going to do something that I normally don't do, but it looks like I'm going to do it again. So take me single shot real quick, Mo, and then I'm going to bring you back. So ladies and gentlemen, it happened again. The Cleveland Browns have made their decision. Joe Flacco is now QB1 to start week 1 in the season. So I guess talking about who is going to be the starter, we can put that to rest. It's going to be the wily old vet and Joe Flacco. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm not surprised, by it at all. Now we can bring in Mo because this is the part where I am going to be sick. We talked about this weeks ago, if not maybe months. And we said who was going to be the Cleveland Browns QB to start week 1. I said Kenny Pickett. Somebody, I don't know who said it. I mean, it was so many people that day when we were talking about it, but somebody said, Joe Flacco,
who could that be?
Mean, it was a lot of people there that day when we did the podcast. So, I'm just, was it you? Was it?
Could have been, probably was. Probably if I'm always right. I'm always right. We talked about this last week. I'm always right, bro. I don't miss. And this was an easy one. This was a gimme.
You know what? Congratulations. Now, I'm not even going to say in my defense. I mean, Kenny Pickett didn't even play, so I didn't even have a shot, with it. But we talked. I talked about Shedeur. I talked about Dylan Gabriel and how they performed. But obviously, they've decided to go with Joe. So is that to you? That's good? You cool with that for right now?
I mean, I'm cool with it, but is it good? No, it's the wrong move. But it's typical. It's the wrong move. I mean, come on, man. We know. Let me explain why I feel like it's the wrong move. It's the wrong move to me because, Joe Flacco, he's the veteran. He's the quarterback that's been in the Super Bowl, has all the experience, right? He's not the future of your franchise. And you hoping And you are more than likely correct that you have that player on your roster, right? So now, you know what? Start the guy that you feel like is going to be the future of your franchise. If all else fails, then guess what? You got a room full of quarterbacks. You got a backup. You got these guys here. So it's not like, I think it's a low risk situation, right? Why not start him? Now, let me contradict myself because I am a believer in let the young guy sit and watch.
Yes.
Let the young guy sit and watch, right? The problem with that is you're the Cleveland Browns. The problem with that is it's Joe Flacco, right? He's sitting and watching for what? Get him the reps. Get him the reps. Get started today turning your franchise around, right? I mean, come on, man.
All right.
It's a Cleveland Brown move. It's this whole situation is so Cleveland Brownish.
So here's why I will say it is the right move right now. I'm going to say right now for the Cleveland Browns, because what you just said, we don't have very high expectations for the Cleveland Browns at this point. There's some things that need to transpire for that, for those things to turn around. Having Joe Flacco to start the season, as you picked it, I don't think that's just as bad. And the reason I say that is because of previous history. Recent history and history, even before. Just last year, what happened? Kirk Cousins here in Atlanta. He started. They put in Penix at the end, although it was due to, injury and everything. But now Penix is the guy. He got some experience, like you were talking about, underneath his belt, and he's ready to go. I go to another team. Back in the day, the Giants. Remember, Eli didn't start. He was number 1 overall pick, but Kurt Warner was the starter to start that season off. And then Eli came in maybe 6 or 7 games, and I'm on Alex Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody talked about what they saw in practice with Pat Mahomes. They just said, we're not just going to do it just yet. So I'm not saying like next year, but I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with having a veteran quarterback who has had success, because all of those guys that I just mentioned had some type of success, and they were able to bring along that new quarterback. And I think that's what Cleveland is going to end up doing forcefully. I don't think this is just them, this is their plan, but I think forcefully Joe is going to play. And then after, I'm going to stick to my week 8. I think Shedeur is going to be in there by week 8. If it's not Shedeur, then, Dylan Gabriel. But it's going to be one of them. Maybe Kenny Pickett. But I don't have a problem. You've been giving Joe Flacco all the week 1. I mean, all the starting reps with the starter. So I don't got a problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's a safe play. It's a safe play. Right. Okay. And it's as simple as that. I don't think it's the right move. I wouldn't have done it, but I'm not mad at it. You really got nothing to lose, and you kind of really got nothing to gain.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I think those guys will still get their opportunity, because like you just said, it's not like Joe's going to be there the next 5-6 years or anything.
Right.
He's on a 1-year deal. So this is about the future. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Look at that. We agree on something. Look at that.
I bet we don't agree that they're going to be a 500 team, though.
Huh?
Do we agree that they're going to be a 500 team?
Ooh, no. I think they'll be under 500, but it won't be like 2 or 3 wins or anything like that, because they still got a nice defense, and that defense is going to keep them in games.
Talk to me in a couple months. You'll be back here apologizing. I did my apology tour last time. And now it's your turn.
All right, so let's move on. We're going to jump into these division talks really quick. So the first one, Mo, who we got for the first of our 2 divisions that we're going to talk about? Woo! That's a nice pick right there, the NFC North. I wonder why. So the NFC North, we know who we got: Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears, and all that good stuff in this division. Was one of the toughest divisions last year. 3 teams got into the playoffs. That doesn't normally just happen. I don't think that's going to happen this year at all. And I may surprise you, Mo, with some of my picks. So let me just, number one, I'm going with the Lions. right? I don't see the Lions winning 15 games, but I don't see anybody. 15 games is hard, hard to do. So I don't see anybody doing 15 games, but I do got the Lions, winning. Who will be in the competition with the Lions, though? I'm gonna stick with it's either I got to make a choice. I'm gonna say the Packers. I think the Packers will be there. Vikings will play well. Bears will play okay, and the Bears got a good shot of playing well. I just don't know about the run game just yet. I gotta see what Chicago's run game do. If their run game is on point, yes, Caleb Williams is going to be able to ball. But I think with the Packers, they're probably Jordan Love is probably going to finally figure this thing out, stop making the mistakes, the simple mistakes that gets his teams in trouble. So I'm gonna go Lions, Packers, and then I'll go Bears and I'll go Vikings in a close one. So that's my order.
All right, you're wrong again. So this is what's going to happen in that division. You're right. The Lions, it's not even close. The Lions. But the Bears got a decent offensive line now, right?
They do.
Yeah. They got a decent offensive line. They have weapons. My only concern is, can Caleb Williams stop holding on to the ball too long? But I got the Bears coming up behind the Lions in that division. And then I got the Vikings, and I need to see Jordan Love healthy. And I'm thinking he going home and just beating up on himself. I don't know what it is. He got some guys that he do workouts with, and maybe they just beating up on each other, but he can't stay healthy. And I really don't. I don't trust the Packers. I don't trust Jordan Love. I think he's special, but it may be a bogus take. We'll find out. But I think Caleb Williams is hearing the noise. I think he got something to prove, and I think they'll come up behind the Lions. So, am I crazy?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say you're crazy, because when you're looking at the lay of the land just in that whole division, there's a case that you can make for each and every team, and it's just more of who can, execute. So yeah, I'm not going to knock you, on that in your order that you're picking.
I want to see some schedules.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't looked at any schedules. I want to see some schedules.
Lions schedule is tough, but that's why it's the NFL though. So, but I'm not gonna knock your list, because
all right.
We'll both agree it's the Lions. So you're off to a good start right there. All right.
Okay. All right.
So now let's get into the next division, which holds the reigning defending champions, Philadelphia Eagles, and that is the NFC East. The Washington Commanders are there, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New York Giants. So I make this one real easy, Mo, is that the Giants, they're in a turnover stage. And again, kind of what we were just talking about. Russell Wilson is going to, have the reins, to that team. And, at some point it'll be, Jackson's Dart team. I don't know if it'll be this season, or not. But I just think the Giants are not getting over, the Saquon thing, but they're implementing their plan as far as like what they have. They got neighbors. They got, this kid, Abdul Carter. I expect their defense to be pretty good with some of the guys they got on that defensive line, like Thibodeau and Burns and, and others, that's on that team. So I just think it's more of a process, for them. So I got them at 4. Number 3, I'm gonna go with the Washington Commanders. And I know people are gonna be like, you're crazy. After what Jaden Daniels did, look at you. After what Jaden Daniels did,
come back this early.
That rookie year, and no doubt. Don't get me wrong. I love Jaden Daniels. He didn't have to do my squad like that in the NFC Championship game, but I totally get where if people feel different about that. But remember, they kind of caught lightning in a bottle with that season that they had. And there's something to be said again when you put people on notice, and then people, because nobody was looking for the Commanders last season, but they looking for them this year. And Quinn, and Coach Quinn doesn't have a problem with that at all. He'll have those boys ready. I just don't think it'll be to the success of what they had. So I just think, they're going to be in a close 3, not a horrible 3. So when people hear 3, they thinking I'm going to say they win 4 or 5 games. Nah, but I just think, they'll be in for a fight in that division. Number 2, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. And with the Cowboys, I probably should put them at 3, but I think they have the same, maybe question mark that Washington had, because Washington just put Brian Robinson on the trade market. So it looked like they're trying to trade their starting running back. So I don't know what Dallas running game is going to look like, but they're going to be throwing the ball a lot, which is what they were doing, anyway. That Michael Parsons thing, I still think it'll get handled last second, like Jerry always do, and say, all right, here's the money, and he'll go out there, and play. But I want to give the Cowboys a little bit more credit than last year. Dak got hurt, and that changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
So Dak, as long as he's healthy, they got a shot. But I think where Philly is right now, and I think Philly is the same way like Detroit, they're not going to win 15 games. 15 games is really, really, really tough to do. But I do think they got the infrastructure there to go back to back. Now, remember, if I remember correctly, I don't think anyone in the NFC East, I could be wrong, but I don't think anyone in the NFC East has won back to back in like the last 15 years. So I'll have to go back.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. So for me to say that, I'm taking a risk of putting the Eagles back in there, but I just think with how young that team is and what they're doing, Kellen Moore's not there no more, but they haven't had a OC, the same OC, I think, for 5 years straight, for Jalen. So they've been able to, overcome that. I just think the infrastructure that they got will get them, through the season, barring, any type of injury or anything like that. We never want that to happen to anybody. So I got Eagles, Cowboys, Washington, and the Giants.
Wow. I'm proud of you, JB. I'm proud of you.
What?
I'm proud of you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. No. I'm proud. Listen.
I don't know if I like this.
No, I'm look. Okay.
Because you sound like you're about to agree with me.
I'm going to agree with you almost 100%. But this is where we disagree.
Cut the feed.
This is where we disagree. No, I'm not cutting the feed, but this is where we disagree.
Okay.
I'm going to say something that I despise hearing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the Cowboys' year in that division. I'm taking the Cowboys over the Eagles, and simple, just a very simple reason why. Number one, I'm just like we were just talking about Caleb Williams. I don't believe Dak really want to go his entire career being that Cowboy, the face of the franchise, without having that one signature season. And I don't want to hear nothing about the sophomore year. I think Dak is ready this year. I think the the Super Bowl slump is going to come for the Eagles. I think things are going to start to go wrong over there. I think it's going to be a bit of a hangover. And I think the Commanders are for real. And
they are.
They're going to beat up on each other in that division.
It's going to be tough.
And it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. I think the only team that we really going to truly be able to predict in that division is going to be the Giants, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they may get one win or two more than we anticipate. Well, one. I ain't going to say two. That's a lot of wins for a bad team. But I got the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Commanders, and I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be kind of a close race. And then the Giants are going to be, the team in that division at the bottom.
All right, so
call me crazy. I'm making bogus picks today, man. That's what we're doing. We're jumping out the window today.
I'm not gonna call you crazy because you said that here's the thing that saved you from me calling you crazy. You said, I think it's the Cowboys' year.
I think it is.
If you were crazy, you would have said this is their year. And I would have been like, you sound like them. So you didn't do that.
We can't do that. We can't do that.
Yeah,
but I'm going to tell you,
that.
JB, listen, man. I mean, look, the Michael Parsons situation it's been loud. It's always a loud off season for the Cowboys, right? It's usually they in the mix somewhere. But this year has been one of those loud years where, okay, all right, aside from the Steelers, all you've been hearing about is whether it's Shedeur Sanders, and that was kind of before all of this. But now it's the Cowboys. It's the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Browns. It's been loud. And the Cowboys have been very noisy. And I don't know. I just think, I don't know. Ain't no logic behind it. I'm not gonna sit here and go down the roster and break it down. On paper, it should be the Eagles all day. But come on, man. You see these teams come off a Super Bowl win and they just go through it. We saw Baltimore do it, you know. I mean, we even saw New England do it a year or two. But give me the Cowboys, man.
Wow.
Give me the Cowboys.
I'm
confident, but I'm not confident enough to bet on it.
Okay. But I'm still a little taken back because this is a new mode that we are witnessing here, because you did not pick your 49ers to win the division and you picking the Cowboys to win there. So some things different about you, bro. You know, I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna tell you what's consistent. I'm usually right. I'm always right. I don't listen. I'm always right about these things, JP.
Okay.
I don't miss.
Okay.
I don't miss, man. Right. I don't miss, man. Listen, it's we got it. It's on tape. It's on tape.
Yeah, it's on tape.
There's gonna be a lot of reels put together, man.
Yeah. You may be cutting the feed, you know. But hey, that is the division. We talked about Flacco, and we got one more division that we're going to cover next week. And I guess maybe we could save the best for last. I don't know if you want to call it that, but it's going to be real interesting to talk about the AFC North and what's going on there. So we'll be talking about that. If you haven't already, man, through this whole thing, make sure you turn on your notifications. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment. All that good stuff. We appreciate each and every time that you do that, and we appreciate you coming back. So share. But until next time, I'm going to holler at y'all, man. We'll be getting ready to get into week 1 pretty soon. So I'm going to holler at y'all later, man. For me, Big Mo, running everything in the background, 2 things as always. Stay positive and push forward. And I'll holler at you later. Peace.